Alrighty, I've been asked to do another tech tip. This one involving making Schoology online quizzes. So I'm going to kind of go through and make an online quiz about cellular respiration and do a couple variations of different types of quiz questions that you can do. First thing you're going to want to do is you go to your resources, click on personal. I'm going to create this quiz in my resources, and that way I can add it to any of my different classes. And select which classes I want, and then I can modify the settings depending on each class as well. I'm going to go to Add Resources, click Add a Test and Quiz. This is where I would title the quiz. Okay. Now what I do is, regardless of how many questions the quiz is worth, I make the quiz worth a set amount of points. So if I had it worth 11 questions or 12 questions, I just have the whole thing worth 10 points, and then it actually calculates what each question is going to be worth, so that if it's, let's say, 11 questions, but I want the whole quiz to be worth 10 points, and they got all 11 questions right, they'll get 10 out of 10 points. But if they only got like one question wrong, they would get like 9-point-something points out of 10. That's how I choose to do it. You can also just, as you're creating the questions, attribute specific points to each question, and then it'll tally those up as well. And when you go to the gradebook, it can actually show you both sets of point values, and you can choose which one you want to utilize for Infinite Campus in your own gradebook. I'm just going to make this worth 10 points. Okay, so I've created my basic title for cellular respiration. Now I'm going to add a question. First type of question I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of use some of the trickier questions, since I think that you guys can pretty much figure out how to do basic questions. But one of the interesting things that I've always wanted to do is I wanted to show a video clip and then have multiple different questions below that video clip that the kids would have to answer based on the information from the video clip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a question. I'm going to select text. And from text, I'm going to insert a video from the web. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to create and cut and paste the embed source code from there. Now, first I have to select which video I want. Okay, I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to find let's say, I don't know, video on glycolysis. Okay, and then I'll just select this basic one right here. Now what you want to do is you want the embed code. How do I get the embed code? Well, it's right here where you click share, and the first link you don't want. That's just a link directly to this video. You want the embed, so you're going to click embed code. It's already highlighted. All you got to do is hit control copy, or you can just go right click copy, either way. I'm going to go back to where I was, where it says insert media from the web. Clicked on media right here, and then I'm going to cut and paste that embed code right here. I already copied it. Now I'm going to paste insert media. Now this is going to be the video. Below that, okay, I can type in instructions like the following 3 questions are based on the information in the video clip above about glycolysis. I can then make this bold. I can, make this much larger if I wanted to, whatever. Okay, and then I'm going to create that text. Okay, so now all the questions that I add after that, so I'm going to add, a multiple choice question. Okay, I don't know. What is the starting molecule for glycolysis? Glycolysis, right? And then you can just put whatever, glucose, which is the answer, right? Pyruvate, ATP, I don't know, starch or something. All right, anyway, now I'm going to create that. Then I can assign this one question whatever points I want. Let's say I want to do 11 questions. I want 10 points per question. Maybe some questions are going to be harder, so I want them to be worth less points. You can actually have 2-point systems going at once. I don't really care about that. I'm just going to make each question worth 1 point. Okay. Actually, let's make each question worth 10 points, and you'll see what I mean by how there's two different point scales. I'll create that question. Okay. And then you can create, let's say, another true and false question. Glycolysis requires oxygen. Okay, true or false? The correct answer is false. Okay, 10 points. Great question. All right. So I'll show you a preview of what this is going to look like in a moment. Okay, so now I'm also going to maybe add a multiple choice question. Let's do a fill-in question, fill in the blank question. But what I want to do is I want to add a GIF image that is a picture that has a step-by-step animation, and I want to insert that into it. So what I want to do is I want to find that GIF image, and I'm going to type in cellular respiration animation. I've already kind of searched this before. I'm going to click on images. I'm going to go down and find what I know to be a GIF, GIF image that when you look at it, it actually is an animation, a step-by-step. It's an animating file, okay? And you can see it's moving. Okay, I'm going to save this on your desktop or wherever. I'm going to save this image as a file that I can pull back up. I'm going to call this electron transport chain. I'm going to save that under my downloads folders. I'm using a Google Chromecast book, so it's going to look a little different than your desktop. Okay, so now I know where to go and get that. I'm going to go back to this question, and I'm going to insert this image. Since this is the same link that I did before from Upload Media, since I saved it, I'm going to attach the file. I'm going to go find where I put it. It's under Downloads, right there, Electron Transport Chain. Hit Open. Okay, it's uploading it. Now I'm going to attach that file. It automatically did that. Okay, now I'm going to now create the question, right, underneath. The enzyme that converts ADP into ATP is called, and then in order to do fill in the blank, you got to do an underscore. Okay? When you do that, it's going to create your options to fill in. Now, the answer is ATP synthase. Okay? Now, if you want to add possible other answers, like for different spellings, you think, kids are going to screw it up, you can add another answer. I don't know if it's case sensitive, so maybe it is. I don't know. ATP synthase. I don't think it's case sensitive though. ATP synthase. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they're going to put it all as one word, like that. Okay. What I'm doing here is, if there are multiple answers that you want to count as the right answer, you can put in multiple answers here. So if any kid types anything, let's say they put ATP synthase enzyme, okay, and then all of this would work. Okay. You can also create a word bank, right? If you want to maybe select 3 or 4. Let's say you want to put different answers like, I don't know, photosystem 1, or electron transport chain. And then you want to have ATP synthase. And then, I don't know, maybe you want to put protons. Those would be a word bank that would be present, and they could select from that as well. Okay, and then 10 points. Create this question. There we go. The last special question I want to do is going to be a ordered question. I'm going to download another different image. So cellular label. Oops, respiration label. You can walk across. There's Miss Newbill. I'm tired. That's why I sound a little down. Okay. Cell respiration label. Now I'm going to do an ordering. Pally, internet is jamming. I think the internet just took a poop. Ah! Come on. Try one more. There we go. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. There it is. Awesome. We've all experienced that in our classrooms. I'm doing this on one take. Okay, I'm going to take this image. I'm going to save it. It's going to be saved as image 2. Okay, I'll remember that. Save it under downloads, right? Is that where it's saved? Under downloads? Yeah, under downloads. Okay, go here. I'm going to add a question. I'm going to do ordering question. Okay, I'm going to add ordering. I'm going to insert that image. Insert that image. Attach file from the downloads. Image 2 is the name of it. I remember it. I'm going to open it. It's going to automatically attach. Bam. Okay, list the 3 processes in order from first at the top and last at the bottom. Okay, you got to tell the kids because then they don't know how to do this. They don't know what they're doing. So the first one right here, that's glycolysis. Okay, the second one is going to be either the citric acid cycle or the Krebs cycle. And then the last one is, we can just call it the electron transport chain or oxidative phosphorylation. We'll just call it the electron transport chain. I'm just going to abbreviate ETC. Okay, and then we'll remove the blanks because I don't need 4. And then, bam, that's the order I want. 1, 2, 3. Great question. Now, bam. I'm done with my quiz. It has 4 questions. Okay, it's done. It's automatically already saved. I don't have to hit save quiz or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to go to settings and tweak with the settings. Do I want a time limit? Do I want the amount of times that the kids can take it? Okay, do I want unlimited times or 5 times? Let's say my kids have a limited amount of time, so they have 5 times. Here's the instructions that I give my kids. You have 5 times to take this quiz. No retakes, or whatever you want to tell the kids. They all see the same thing. Randomize order. I don't want to randomize the order because I did a picture or a video and then I said the next 3 questions are related to the video above. If you randomize the question order, then it's not going to make sense when you do that. Question review. I say yes so the kids can review and change their answers before they submit. Resumable, that means if they stopped, can they pick back up? I say yes just to minimize kids screwing this up. And then can they view their submissions? I want to see, I want them to view their submissions, what they submitted, but I don't want the correct answers because then obviously after they take the first time, their second attempt is going to be a no-brainer. Okay. And I don't hide the point values. I want to know what the kids got on their quiz so they can see whether or not they can take it again. So I save my changes. All right, now I want to assign that quiz to a class. I'm going to go to the quiz. I go to my resources. And that quiz is under home, right? It should be under my resources. Right here, the very last thing that I just made, cellular respiration. I just made this. I want to add to a course. I'm going to give this to, let's say, periods 1, okay? Remember I had the maximum points as 10 points. The due date is going to be whenever I have it due. Let's say it's going to be due this Friday. Okay, the category ungraded or work. I created a work category in my grade book. You don't need to. You can just leave it as ungraded, and it'll still pop up in your grade book. And then I can also do the same thing. But let's say my evens, I'm going to have it do another day because, let's say because they're obviously on a different day. And then hit add. So I've added it to those two. Now, the last thing is that let me go to period 1 and period 2. The quiz is not going to show up yet. If you go to period 1, the kids are not going to be able to see it yet, and I'll show you why. Okay, I'm going to go to the quiz that I just gave them. All right, cellular respiration. Even though it's due Friday, it'll pop up right here, right? Like due Friday. And updates, upcoming. Oops. Click on that, cellular respiration. It doesn't pop up because I haven't made it available for them yet. Go to settings here. See where it says hide now? You got to make it available now. You can make it available for a specific range, and then after that day, right? Let's say after the due date, look, you want it not available after the due date, then they can't take it after that. I always make it available forever. This is where you can go there and then hit save changes. Now it'll pop up in their upcoming because it's available now. You'll notice when you go back to their class under period 1, bam, there it is. Shows up under upcoming. Cellular respiration. Any questions? Let me know.